Okay, another day. Another dollar. We are getting ready for another real quick, approximately 50-minute stream. I'm insanely thrilled to continue working on this project, so I'll literally put what little time I can every day as much as I can. Later today, I'm working. Well, I kind of woke up late and still want to get something done, so here's to hopefully a really quick shade for all their leggings and paint their shoes. That's the goal. What's that? Get those legs finished. Literally left everything untouched last night. Turned off the stream, hung out with a few friends after stream, and I just left everything the way it was. So we're continuing from exactly where we left off. Next morning. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we are going to be adding the shade to all of their pants. I mean, their leggings. Be fairly quick. Okay. Really quick and easy, just a shade. Do a little quick pass through. Make sure that I get all of it evenly. Nothing too detailed. Alright, that one's done already. See how quick that was? Pretty good. Actually, they called combat pants. Hello, good morning, my dude. I'm glad you've been here to help out. How have you been, my man? My brother. Mi hermano. We gotta play sometime too, man. Saw you last and I really missed you. I need my Warhammer fix, bro. My fantasy. These socks, aka combat pants, according to Mr. Nava here. Good, but feeling old like a long beard. Like a long beard. Feeling old. I was just thinking this morning, funny enough, I was thinking to myself, dude, this year, well, not this one, but the following, which comes sooner than we think, right? But I'm turning my age, and I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Oh boy, here goes. One of the biggest benefits about painting an army with trench coats and so forth is you don't have to really like think much about like what's next. As long as you pick one color and you do all of them the same process, you can kind of turn off your brain and have at it. Well, hopefully I can this week. My kid has a half day, a whole week. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, let me know, dude, so I can get my L's ready. In fact, just throwing it out there. Hopefully if I finish within this week, which I doubt it, but if I get a lot of it done, I am planning to work on the wizards that I have for my army. Make them look nice and pretty. One can hope. You'll be able to play tomorrow, but the shop ain't open. Ah, man, that sucks. I would offer my place as well, but I work tomorrow. Next week, I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off, which is insanely unbelievable. They gave me literally a mini vacation. They even told me, like, hey, you have a little few days off and such. And I am insanely thrilled about that. So I have Wednesday already planned, however, to go to San Diego with a few of my coworkers. You want to get to know over there a few of the places and the shops. They're interested in playing more just board games, like general board games like D&D. They're more particularly interested in doing Zombicide, as am I. Want to see what it's all about. I'm a fan of zombies, so we'll see how that goes with that day. But yeah, that day is reserved. I do have Monday. I did plan something with someone on Monday, and I low-key kind of forgot what it was. I think it was my friend Esteban, but we will see. Yeah, it's mighty unfortunate that the shop closes on Sundays, but considering how he made no business and people don't go out on Sundays here locally, I can't blame the guy. It's like being somewhere you don't want to be just cause, right? Like, he's not making any profit, which is the point of the store. I mean, it needs to pay its own lights, right? And if no one's coming and you're wasting the light, the power, your time, resources in general, and no one's coming to buy, yeah, that's kind of a waste. It's kind of a waste. So don't blame the guy. I have Monday and Wednesday. Wait, dang, I can't do Monday and perhaps not Tuesday. I was gonna ask Wednesday. Yeah, we can do Wednesday for sure. We can probably go to the shop as well. You say you're going to SD? Yeah, I'm planning to go to SD with a few coworkers. We're going to the shops that we usually go to. They're interested in checking them out. I told them that they have like other things in Warhammer, because they're interested in just off game, like one-time games kind of thing. If you know Gloomhaven, Zombicide, Dungeons and Dragons, they're interested in that more, like RPG games. But yeah, I will be going to the shop. I'm going to Eddie's and TCS Rockets, which is another really good store over there. It's already 19 minutes before running on what? Precisely at 12, I'm planning to hop off. Maybe if I'm not finished here, extend it 15 minutes at most. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta go put my uniform to wash real quick. Dang it. I think I remember, I don't want to go stinky to work. I hate going stinky to work. Gross. Some coworkers straight up just don't wash their uniform, which is nasty. I'm not one of those. Alright, I'm gonna go handle that real quick. I'm just gonna place that down. Go back. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Really got to get that going. Krieg! Let's go. Astra Militarum. The Emperor's bravest. At the corner of my eye, I felt like I saw something move and I thought it was a cat, so I was like, oh god dang it, they got inside. Evil credences. Oh, dude, I'm still thinking about like one-page rules specifically, for like building my Sylvaneth army, my Wood Elves. How dare I? My Wood Elf army, but in Old World they don't have some of the models that the Sylvaneth use, and I really do like some of the Sylvaneth models, like the hunters, the ones that have like the bow and arrows, the wood people. I really do like those models, don't get me wrong. And I guess I could proxy them if I give them the bows. I could proxy them to kind of just be Treekin. But that would be weird. They don't have them with size either in the Old World. They're just 3 people with 3 arms that just smash. It's gonna be awkward. It'll be really, really awkward. But with Krieg around the corner, like the army, thinking I might pick up 2 of the boxes just because it might be that good. It's like buying 2 army battle forces boxes for Old World, which is insane, but that's how serious I am about my Krieg. What sucks is I'm pretty sure it's gonna come with like the codex. It's gonna come with like the artwork and stuff, like specific stuff. I'm probably gonna have to like, I would sell the codex, especially like if it's like limited to that box, kind of like they did the Tau for a while for like a month. Pretty sure someone on the internet will pick it up, but I gotta be fast about it because if I just sit on it while time passes, I'm not going to be able to sell it whatsoever. Kind of like the 3rd edition book for the Deepkin and the Fire Slayers. I didn't sell that whatsoever, and now it's just paperweight in my room. It's Age of Sigmar, so it's kind of like, I guess I could read about the Fire Slayers because I like them, but the Deepkin, nah, not really. Not my thing. won a bundle pack. Yeah, I still have, like, I kid you not, I still have practically all of it. I've yet to put it on sale. And then what makes me sad is, like, yeah, I've taken it 3 times now to the local selling event, like the flea market, that's what they call it. And no one's ever interested in it. No one wants it whatsoever. Mostly because it's a bunch of freaking, what's it called? The swamp bogglers, as Vince Venturella calls them, which is a fitting name. The orcs. The new orcs for Age of Sigmar. No one wants them, apparently. Like, they're an unpopular bunch. And it didn't help because of the launch for 3rd edition Dominion. Like, there was so many, they were so discounted, anyone could pick them up. But funny enough, the sad reality was people were mostly picking it up for the Stormcast and not the Oryx. The Oryx are just the ugly child that no one loves, apparently. So sad. And they're not doing great rules-wise, from what I'm understanding, too. Like, they've literally been forgotten. And that sucks for those who genuinely wanted to play it. And those who did genuinely want to play it already have what they need, so it's hard to sell it. I also got my Halo Mega Block since I was a kid. I know those can go for a little bit of a buck. I got a massive amount of, like, collectible models from, like, the booster packs and stuff that I used to buy a buttload of. I will admit some of them are falling apart just because of age, and Mega Blocks is kind of cheap, so I might restore them just a bit, put a little bit freaking W40, DW40, whatever they call it, a little oil, so that the hinges move a little smoothly, because they're so stiff that some of them straight up just broke, and I'm sad about those. But yeah, I should probably put it up on eBay as a bundle, because if I sell them in bits by bits, oh god, getting rid of it all at once is gonna be impossible. I'm starting to understand why, like, people bundle cheaply everything. Like, sure, you lose money, but you're at least not holding to, like, a box taking storage space in your small area, like your living quarters, for so long. Not to be mean, but that's why I was kind of going crazy with all my commissions, including the Saurus rebasing, because it's like, it's a massive box inside my closet where I could put my other stuff, and the other stuff that was in there was moved because of it, right? So it's like I had to accommodate my space for it, and I wanted to free it because I'm planning to, like, add stuff to my room. Especially I want to add, like, a display cabinet for my armies. That just looks cool. There's a coworker who's super intent on having me partner with him to do a store. He wants to do a fusion between selling food and having space to play board games, like general board games, and that includes Warhammer. I told him, like, I'd like to have, like, the Warhammer space because I have a bunch of terrain and stuff. But he was thinking, again, along the lines, it's the same friend that we're going to San Diego with, and he's going to check it out for that same reason, kind of like a business inspection of, like, how people do it, kind of thing. I told him, I was like, yeah, things are different, because he imagines it one way from where he's from. Yeah, never mind. But he's not from here in terms of like his way of living, and he thinks it's gonna go really well the way he thinks over there goes well, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm trying to be a little vague here, but he thinks that he's gonna pop off because, you know, his thing's working over there. And I explained, you know, the way we have it over here is really different. It's really difficult too, because a lot of people here don't work. A lot of people have leisure spending money for something as big as Warhammer. I told them we'd have to rent the space, and we'd have to probably have dedicated games that people can play with. We're gonna have to laminate the cards, yada yada. Like, just everything's gonna have to be ready to use, per se. And he wants to make a fusion of food, because one of the biggest things about the shop that we go to right now is they don't have like food, if that makes sense. Like, you want to eat some really decent food. It doesn't have to be like the best 5-star restaurant like sandwich or something. Like, we just want a homemade sandwich, if that makes any perfect sense. And walking around over there locally, I'll just be straight, there's a bunch of druggies. It's not fun. You don't feel safe. You don't want to be bothered by these people. You don't want to bother these people because they will bother you. So you kind of want to stay indoors, right? I feel like you would need a at ease like shop. Yeah, I do want a shop like that, except I want to sell food, so that what I'm talking about, right, kind of just functions. Yeah, all game types, and that includes like card collecting games like Magic the Gathering. But that's my problem. It's like I don't like necessarily card games in the sense of that way. I know I'm told, like, be careful with what you say around these people because they'll hang you, and I'm like, oh dang, like, that's scary. These people take it too serious. But like, if you don't have them, people coming by buying booster packs, which I will admit is like the biggest demographic of like players here in my local area, like, you're not gonna survive. Like, and that's why I told my friend, I was like, I'm not crazy into the card stuff. Like, you can handle that if you want to, because I feel like it's a necessity. It's like starting a business 101. I'm not even kidding. And I told him, I was like, well, I know he likes One Piece. I know another friend who does Magic. But like, if we can get kind of like how my friends here at my local shop right now, like, they have basically some dedicated players who kind of help run their events. If I can get like someone who's just as interested to come to my place and function the same way, that'd be pretty great, because then I don't have to lift a finger and do much but support what they do. If they ask of anything, I hope I can be of assistance, but I'm not interested in wasting my time posting these things, if that makes sense. I'd rather be with my people, the Warhammer people. And that's the reality of being a shop owner. Sometimes you just gotta do what you don't want to do, and that sucks. It really does. So that kind of commitment is what you kind of have to think about. Like, you're essentially sacrificing yourself for these kind of things if you can't find that person to do it, because someone has to do it if you want to float. But at least locally speaking, we don't have a lot of food diversity. I think I know what we're going to be making if we do. I think it's going to be a hard endeavor because I feel like we're not really good at the food side of things. My friend already runs a food business from where he's from, but I tasted his food. It's decent. It feels homemade. It doesn't feel bad, but it's not like the wow factor, if that makes sense. Like, you're not gonna get mind blown by it. It's just decent food. And I'm telling him, like, you know what's one of the things that we don't have here locally? We don't have a good ramen. Like, a decent ramen. Everyone I've seen, the local restaurants here, they all serve instant ramen maruchan, which is, I'm not hating on it, but when you go and you try like better noodles up from where we're going, yeah, you can't go back. Like, yeah, having quality noodles and a broth like the soup that you drink is so good. It is life-changing. And I have inspiration from a certain location, and I kind of want to essentially bring something like that down here. Now the problem is, if it's too expensive, you know, it's a double-edged sword. People won't be able to come more often. There's no Indian food here. Oh, I don't like Indian food. That's a problem already. I've tried Indian food. I cannot handle. But we don't have good ramen here. A dedicated ramen shop, like in those Japanese like stands and stuff, like that'd be cool. My mother insists, because she wants to do, she's a student in gastronomy. She insists that a food truck would probably be the best investment, locally speaking. Like, we have locations that we constantly go at to sell the ramen, and I kind of like that. That sounds like super cute. I really do enjoy the idea. Reminds me of this Instagram guy that I follow. I forget his name, I'm sorry, but I see his posts all the time. I know the guy by face, you know, just like you would recognize any friend. But he does that, and he's Japanese, and it seems to be popping off, especially because he also does this like shorts of him cooking the stuff. That would be awesome. How hard would it be? I don't know, but I have my heart set on good ramen. My sister pitched the idea. She's like, yeah, we don't have good pho, we don't have good noodles here in the valley. My sister insists that valley people don't know what's good. I won't have an opinion on that, just so I don't burn myself, but yes. One of the other bigger things was moving to somewhere better for this kind of business, because where we're at, it's difficult. It is too small. Hmm. These thoughts. I'm pretty sure I want to see him today. Every day we're constantly talking about just dumb stuff. Honestly, he's a really cool guy. He puts me on edge a little sometimes, but with his remarks, but he means good things. He seems like a good person, generally speaking. He's just really loud, obnoxious. But he does good business. And since he already sells food, he brings some of that food over from where he works, and he sells it at work, which is awesome, because he has so many of our coworkers come up to him and make like pre-orders of like food and stuff. Sorry about that. Accidentally whacked the mic. It's a coworker. You don't know him. He's strictly someone I just see at work. But if you ever get a chance, hopefully, and this does kick off, I'm hoping we have a partner, because he's insanely invested in this idea. Like, if you want to start a fusion of whatever you want, he's basically the guy who's willing to do any idea, like pitch an idea. It's a little ballsy, I will admit, but he chose me in particular. He seems convinced that I'm the guy he wants to work with. I keep bringing ideas, and the scary part is I'm not sure if you will just run away with them. But to actually do it is the hard part, and that's kind of the part I'm not really good at, because getting things started, just like how I started this whole streaming thing, like it takes a while to really just gain the courage to say, okay, screw it, I'm gonna do it. And he's basically ready to just do it. So it's like, okay, cool. He has the motivation, the courage that I don't. I have the commitment and the dream. So let's see how that goes. I really hope we can lift this off, and one day I can have my own shop. I really want to do that. I'm so thrilled to do that. That's how much painting these models and hobbying means to me. Never thought I would go down this road. Oh, thanks to you, Juan. You're the one that fueled this. I'll be real honest. The one who gave me the models first was Esteban, but he didn't feel it because he didn't even know what the hell it was. But you on the other hand, my friend, you did this to me. You in Total War, buying your army first. Yeah, you were the brave one, my friend. I followed, and I stayed. Okay, the bandages are ready. If I add another 15 minutes, I got 30 minutes to do all the boots. I'd say, let's do it. I know I'm gonna get turned around, so I'm gonna flip this thing so I don't grab the shade. Right, 6, 1 to 1. This is on me, took us to SD. Well, yeah, but let's be real, the one who bought most of the stuff, all the armies and stuff, was really you first. You made the bigger buys. That only fueled me. Either that, or, because you're kind of right, I was the one that kind of was taking us over there constantly, but like, we both kind of did it. We were both crazy. You both are crazy. Now you're 3.5 armies deep. Oh God gracious. Like I said before, I have so many. I think I'm worse than you at this point now. I have my Krieg, that's 1. I have my Tyranids, that's 2. I have my Death Guard, which is a sizable army. That's 3. I wouldn't count my Necrons, so I will leave those out. I'm at 3. I have my Separatist from Star Wars, 4. My clones, 5. My Empire is pretty sizable now, 6. My Wood Elves, 7. Oh boy. And I think that's it. No, my Skaven, 8. Oh god. So many. So many. And then it doesn't help that I have a bunch of kill teams, which all of them add up to basically like a small army. Those I would count. Let's just be real, like 9. And I have a bunch of battle tech I'm working with, which I do like. Don't get me wrong, I like my battle tech, but yeah, there's a lot of models on that. It's not as expensive, I gotta admit. They're the cheapest to play, but make that 10 armies, even though there's 2 battle tech verses I'm working on. But they're so little models. But yeah, 10. And that doesn't include all the freaking terrain that I've bought and I've, you know, been using and such. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. And that's why more so I'm interested in like doing this shop idea, because if I do it, it's all the terrain and stuff is a business cost. Give it that way. Which was my intention as I keep buying these things. I'm like, this is for my store, hopefully one day. I don't have to rely on anyone's work. I got my own. One day it will happen. I'm just hoping I can stay close to my family. Because one of the things I'm kind of just noticing is it's just the state I'm in. It's just no good. A bunch of bad apples here. They're everywhere, but it just happens to be, I feel there's more of them here. Who's your most valued army? Expensive. Like most expensive? That's a good question, because if you're talking about like monetary value, like money, it's gonna be obviously a GW army. But like in terms of like my value, like the one I really like the most, yeah, I was gonna say it's probably one of my Star Wars ones, but my Star Wars ones, I evenly buy for both of them. So like if I buy a droid set, I'll buy a clone set too, so they can match. But believe it or not, I think monetary wise, like, okay, so yeah, if you're talking about like literally what costs the most, like as you buy it, it's gonna be my Skaven. Yeah, it's gonna be my Skaven. But no, yeah, easily just the Skaven. Especially because I just dropped like another $250 on the new Giselles and the stuff from the Skaven Tide box set. I basically bought 2 Skaven halves. So yeah, it keeps growing. And then it's all the one gift you gave me, the going with the engineers, the storm fiends, the cannon. The rest I bought by commissioning your army, or you commissioned the army, right? So you used the army to pay, which is super awesome. Thank you, bro. Gonna be happier, and I'm glad you have a painted army. Hey, Silver, what's up, peeps? Hell yeah. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing a little bit of a stream. I am gonna have to leave shortly. I do have my 5 to 9 job I gotta work. But the grind goes on. I must continue. This Krieg army ain't gonna paint itself. I was watching some of your stuff. It's really cool, dude. You got the Marvel setups. You got your streams that you're working on. Great stuff, my dude. Saw your I think your Warlord Titan, was it? I'm not sure the name was. But the one that you had crafted. Interesting. Downright nasty as a Death Guard thing. That's a compliment. Yeah, I'm still thinking about like also selling all that stuff that I have here just sitting that isn't getting sold at the local shop anymore. No one ever picks it up, so it's just safe to assume that no one collects those armies over here. And I feel like I give too much credit to the store that we go to. Juan, we give it too much credit. I feel like I thought it was going to be bigger than it really is, because a lot of people don't show up to it. Painting up some Station 4 Grim Guard up as voidsmen for Imperial agents. Thanks. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Don't worry, your gift I'm planning to get you. You're gonna have a next big project you can stream, by the way. You want to commission something? And you said gift I'm planning to get you. Oh, thanks, my dude. Believe it or not, I also meant what I said the last time a while back. If you don't remember, let's keep it that way. But I do plan to do something pretty cool, hopefully sooner than later. As days pass by, Black Friday comes near, and I am not looking forward to that. Really gotta start working on also making some homemade mud. gotta get a consistent recipe for making it, because I've never really sat down to like perfect my own mud. I have made my like on my Instagram, I do have the terrain with the Harlequins, one of the more recent pictures up top. The snow top mountain pieces have like homemade mud. What it was Elmer's glue mixed with some water, really fine sand, and a dash of spackle. A dash of spackle, and it was pretty good. However, I tried replicating it again, and it was not the same consistency that I enjoyed for the snow top mountain pieces that I made. So that kind of made me sad, and I said, well, you know, I'm gonna try to replicate it. I'm gonna try to get the same effect. This time I gotta do it by measuring the things I do, so that way every time I want to sit down and make some more, it's consistent. Hope you have space for it. Oh gosh gracious. Oh no. If it's something for Skaven, I'm gonna tell you anything. Actually, you're right. If it's just anything generally model wise, I am running out of space right now. I have way too many armies. I'm gonna buy a cubby because I need the space, and I mean really soon. I'm gonna buy that soon. All right, it's already 12. I guess I will give in to the 15 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. You know, kind of random, but you know what game just popped back in my head? And I know like some of my coworkers are into more like simple games, and I mean simple as in like as easy to learn as possible. And I was thinking, you know what, I kind of want to let them play Hero Escape. I haven't pulled that out in a while. I know it's a little kind of baby for us now, but for these people it's probably going to be like their introduction to this kind of universe, right? Like, not necessarily trying to convert them into playing with us, these kind of things, but like, so that they're kind of aware, like, hey, like, this is the thing, you know. Just to tell them, yeah, this game is dead. It's dead. Oh shoot. You can't play it anymore. I mean, you can't buy it anymore. You want to buy mine? I have mixed feelings about it too. Like, it is taking so much space. It's 2 whole boxes. I would like to keep it if I ever have kids so that I can teach them how to play it. And also, as I said, like, a party game for like certain people who are into gaming that are not willing to sink in for a Warhammer army, right? Just to play. something fun. That's why I have it. But oh god, it takes so much space. I don't have so much time to also just like whip it out and play it every often, so it's like a lot of space for something in the blue moon. Honestly, what started us off to get into tabletop games? Yeah, precisely. We got all hell excited. We're like, oh, we can make the units make custom cards, because like Carlos and me had learned how to make the custom cards. And we started doing like custom everything for everything. We got so hooked. We got so hooked. Good times, my friend. Good times. We are now old. We are veterans of the hobby. To be more precise, you still need a hobby. You gotta paint your own model someday, my dude. I will simply support the homie with commissions. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people out there who don't paint whatsoever. They're just about collecting, and that's good. Like you said, you support the homie, and that's an actual thing. Like, hey, people are not interested in painting, they don't have the time, or they don't wish to do it. It's all right. You can just have someone do it for you. Just be fair. Pay them right. And sadly, a lot of artists, because they're so desperate, like myself, have to sometimes undersell their services. It's just kind of the way it's always been. But I'm really proud of my work, because a lot of the stuff that I paint, people get to see and they say, hey, that's pretty good looking, and I commission you. So I'm glad it's worth something. Because like, I kind of think my stuff looks ugly half the time, but really it's a lot of cleanliness. Like, I'm willing just to clean up the mistakes and make it look nice. Wouldn't say I'm like a golden demon player, obviously. It's not of high quality, but I get it done relatively quick for the detail it gets. One says it will also benefit them to have more experience with different factions. Big brain moves. Yeah, because they're playing more. That's true. So you see, I feel like I fall under I'm the more artistic side of the hobby, and because I'm mostly committed to spending the time in painting and making it look good, I don't get as many practice games in, and I really suck at the game. Like, really suck at the game. And I was telling that to my friend Abe. I was like, you know, it's kind of like a give and take. Like, if you spend more time playing, there's less time that you're really doing anything else. Like, the same with painting. If you're painting more, you're not really playing with like that free time. It's a give and take. It's a balance. Now, people who do both equally are just insane. Those people don't exist. one of the biggest like bonuses to being like primarily a painter thing is like you can kind of just sit down and pick it up anytime. The whole streaming thing was a little bit difficult just to get started, but once it's all set up, it's really just turn on the computer, set up the program, just set up your space, put on the gloves, and you just get started. Really, really easy. Start streaming. Once you got it learned, of course, because I did not know how the program worked whatsoever. And I figured it out pretty quick. I think it took me like 2 weeks to get it all from zero. Quite exciting. We both suck. We forgot a lot of rules and buffs, etc. Yeah. Like our first game for one page, we forgot the command buffs. Oh yeah, we forgot a lot of stuff, dude. Again, that was like my second game playing it when I was playing it with you. But now that we got the hang of it and like Abram kind of revised it for us, he was telling us like, did you do these things? I was like, no, I did not. I forgot it. I told him. We were so excited on just getting the games in that we just like gloss over like details of the game. Because our friend Abram, he's definitely on the playing side of things. Like strictly playing. He likes getting all into the nitty-gritty and remembering all his rules and stuff, which I don't. I read it once so that at least I do my part in learning, you know, the game. I don't like to be handheld all the time. I don't mind it if someone helps me out. But Abram, on the other hand, he tries to memorize the whole textbook. It's crazy. It's impressive too. Because I feel like a lot of people don't do that. And I would say like all good and stuff if he's planning to do like tournaments and stuff, but he's not doing anything with it. He's just doing it just because. I do want to take my old world to a more like competitive like local tournament scene, not official GW, because my thing would be disqualified since they're proxies from like third-party game miniatures. Yeah, numbers and remembering things. Same. That's kind of why like playing the Skaven was so scary. Like every time I played my Skaven, my head literally hurt. It was so many things to remember. And what's crazy is we're going into Old World, which is like insanely jam-packed full of that same stuff, if not worse. I think Age of Sigmar is going to be easier to play than Old World. My ADHD kicks in and I get distracted. At least when we play, dude, you look so hyper fixated. I gotta admit, it almost looks like you're painfully focusing yourself, if that makes sense. Like you're fighting yourself to actually focus. And funny enough, you do good. You're not bad. Yeah, well, I found us cheat sheets to use. Yeah, dude, I love cheat sheets, like just little reference sheets. Like I still do that to this day with every single game. The same with like playing one-page rules. I have those little papers that help us out. There's no way in hell am I gonna remember it if I don't have a paper. Like I need my paper. I'm so lazy to also pull up my phone to remember my rules. I'm definitely one of those old school paper and pen kind of things. That's when like the codex thing isn't like, it doesn't bother me entirely having to get a codex and stuff because it's full of nice beautiful art and stuff like that, but I wish they just sold the stuff separately, like specifically the rules, because sometimes you just don't want to carry the book around. The less you carry to the shop, the better for me, especially because I'm out of a hernia and I don't want to get another. Thank you. We got hosting my brother's friends still here after the party. They spent the night and they're screaming. Fun times. I'm a little bummed out because I was low-key kind of hoping that my Tyranids got a Battle Force this Christmas, because I kind of want to grow them just a little more. I still like my Tyranids. But no, nothing. Which, for my wallet, it's a good thing. But for my desires, not. I really want to get some Hormigons, like a melee variant. I think the models look sick as hell too. But like, I'm pretty sure they're a troop type that's going to be just really commonly put in most sets. I'm kind of just like waiting for like a set to come out with them. I don't want to start buying things and be like, yeah, I already have that from that set kind of thing. Like, I think one of the best things to do is wait for these sets to come out when it's your turn. It's a way of like life telling you like, here you go. You don't have all of these models in this set, I hope. Go ahead, get it. The best value for you. I decided I was just gonna go with that. Like, I'm not gonna just pick up the Hormigons, like the individual unit box for 40 bucks just for them. Because that always happens, right? Like I did the same thing with so many other things. Like, yeah, I really like this unit, I'm gonna buy it, and then just to find out like every other set comes with them either way, so you really didn't have to buy it, if that makes sense. Oh, I was also going to mention yesterday when I was saying about what other army I might consider working with. I really wanted to do Cathay as well. I had a lot of fun with Cathay when we were playing our campaign together. I thought their units were really cool. Their economy, the visuals, really nice. The Sentinels were awesome. The flying like lantern ships were really cool too. Just gotta see the release and how that looks. There has been times where I didn't want to get actually 40k army like Space Marines. I mean, kind of like me, just one step at a time, work on the stuff you really enjoy, and like it's okay to branch out, dude. But yeah, it's expensive. I wouldn't recommend it. So for me, it's always been Tyranids, Skaven, Krieg, Wood Elves, and my Star Wars army. Those are all my babies. But my number one baby that I've said for the longest time is going to be Krieg, and it's finally happening. Like, that is insane. And like, considering like early on when I found out that they're like a model that they don't support in plastic when I first got in, I was like, well, that's not going to happen for like the longest time. So I just admitted defeat in a way. I was like, that's not going to happen. Like, big sad. Oh, well. And now they're like, we're doing it. And I'm like, what? My wallet. Not gonna be another issue. I would want a Kislev army. You got rookie numbers, brother. You need more. Yeah, why I'm sticking with Older on Kislev would be an awesome army because the units are hybrid and the leaderships are good. Can't wait to see your Krieg theme army. Krieg themed army? What do you mean Krieg theme? Not a theme anymore. It's an official army, I guess. From what I understand, this is like a release of like their whole model range, and they're like officially being like a sub-faction army, if that makes sense. Like Krieg Regiment is now a thing. They're going to have their place amongst the other factions. Not a faction, just the range of like the banner. It's like, you know, like how Skaven has multiple types like Eshin, Pestilence, Scryer, Molder, Master. Maybe like that. It's just a sub-faction of the main faction. But when you say sub, it doesn't mean it's lesser, it just means it's another name for it, right? Because you wouldn't consider Esh and Scryer and all them sub. They're definitely like a main identity of the Skaven, but it's just a different name. Same with my Krieg. And then it doesn't help that most of the armies I play, like Skaven, Krieg, Tyranids, they're all freaking hordes, and they're like expensive. So expensive. You just love your horde factions, yeah, and then it sucks because like if I did want to do Tomb Kings, there's another horde, and that's kind of why. That's another good reason, actually. And I didn't think about it that yesterday or before, but if I do North Scud, they're not really horde, and I think I like that. Best models, you know. Still into your death guard? Don't hear much of them from you. Yeah, I still have them. I do still like them as like a range, like artistically speaking. Also their playstyle and all, but I will admit, with Krieg and Tyranids taking the spotlight again, it's hard to give them any love. They're just in the back burner. Same with my Necrons. I love Necrons, but I can't build all these armies at once. So they're really in the back burner. They're one of those things where it's like, I really enjoy them. They're not doing good right now either way, like rules wise, and they're not getting much love in terms of models. So that's okay. Like, I'll paint them once all my other gray plastic is painted. And for the most part, in terms of starting armies, like, I can't think of any army I really do want to start just cuz. So it's like, once these guys are done being built, where I feel satisfied with how my Krieg and all that turn out, I'll turn around and I'll paint them. Probably still like print more stuff. But I decided I was gonna paint them in a bioluminescent, like glowing fluorescent light look. I kind of like the idea of like them being like, you know, of like from D&D and stuff, like the Underdark, like where mushrooms and stuff glow and underground, like a cave world. I kind of want to do them in that style. Not the classic green and gross. Yeah, still thinking about it. Alrighty, gonna take a nap. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to stop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's another like 10 minutes, and I'm running out of time here. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave them here half finished. I want to finish the boots probably later tonight, I hope. But if not, if I finish, I get ready fast enough, I'll probably finish them off stream. It's just a few more boots. There's not too many left, but good enough. Thank you again for joining. All right, till next time. Peace.